Hey Long Beach, I'm Jesse Lopez, and San Diego Comic-Con is this week, so we thought what better time than now to interview one of Long Beach's biggest superheroes, Mayor Robert Garcia. Mayor, thank you for being here.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about your connection to comics growing up.
Yeah, I've been reading comic books since I was a kid, and I remember the first comic I ever bought was at an old thrifty shop in my town, getting ice cream, and there was a rack there. I started looking through them, and I picked up a couple comics. The first comic was Adventures of Superman comic, and started reading it, and then kind of got hooked after that. And I've been reading comics now for over 25 years.
How do you think your love of comic books and just geek culture in general, how do you think that's influenced your time as mayor?
Well, I think my love of comics influenced me growing up, and so I think kind of being a Superman fan as a kid, I kind of wanted to go into kind of journalism, and I identified with like the kind of immigrant experience. So you kind of as a kid you want to be Clark Kent, and because I think I identified with kind of like the being a visitor from another planet or an immigrant, right? And so I think that influenced me. I also read a lot, and so I think people don't realize that the great thing about comics is you consistently read. And so I actually feel that a lot of my kind of writing and editing skills over my life I gained from just reading an immense amount of comic books growing up.
Do you ever feel like a superhero sometimes when you're at City Hall?
I have a lot of superhero kind of memorabilia in my office. One of the things I love is I have this huge Superman T-shirt that's framed, and it's got a little plaque on it that says, break in case of an emergency. I sometimes joke with the council members, like, the council's like the Justice League,
You were recently featured on comicbook.com about your love of DC Comics and your dislike of Marvel Comics. I gotta ask you, what's your beef with Marvel Comics?
It's just a fun rivalry. It's just like sports. People have a sports team, and people love college football. I went to SC. I love SC. Well, and I love DC, and I just write what I grew up on, and so it's in fun. I've never liked the Marvel characters, so I just like to give Marvel a little hard time.
Okay, you love Justice League, and you mentioned that you kind of work with a Justice League at City Hall. So what are you looking forward to most about Justice League coming out in November?
I think I've been waiting, my entire life when I was a kid to see the Justice League in a movie, so I'm very excited about that. Wonder Woman was awesome, and so the movie was awesome, so I'm looking forward to seeing Wonder Woman again in another movie. And I'm looking forward to seeing my favorite character, which is Superman, played by Henry Cavill. So I think it's going to be a great movie. I have loved all the DC movies. I know they're controversial, but I think they're all great. I think Zack Snyder is a genius director.
So you're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. What are you most looking forward to about the con?
I'm most looking forward to the DC Warner Brothers movie presentation. This will be my 20th Comic-Con in a row.
Are you going to cosplay at all?
I don't cosplay. It's not my thing. I think it's cool. I think it's people doing an art form and expressing themselves, but it's just not my thing.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor Robert Garcia, for being on the very first episode of the Geeky Grunion. Have a lot of fun in San Diego, and thanks for coming on the show.
Sounds good, thanks.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Jesse Lopez. Bye.